Alright. WIWICSO, I don't even know what part this is. To try and invade South China as they are pretty unstable. And this obviously won't be a free rebellion song start. This lord declares himself emperor of the new Ming dynasty. Next, the Shi dynasty begins alongside. They both will fight each other. Meanwhile, another dynasty he takes over his part. Not just his independence, and the leader of the tribe over here. Okay, there's no tribe. The leader of a small group of towns that are over here, which is kind of a tribe. Yet they create a dynasty, and to prove their worth, they declare war on here and begin becoming the largest. Because they heard legends of a king who conquered from a land, and that a land that doesn't exist all the way and through thousands and thousands and thousands of miles to China. Now that's an over-exaggeration. They conquered all the way up to here. But they wanted to form that. So after ending two dynasties that were just warlords, they immediately made up to here and began forming themselves. Next site is down south in Malaysia. They captured the capital of Vietnam, and they somehow conquer Indochina. No one knows how this is happening, but they make their capital in Vietnam. Next, and they actually almost went and captured the capital. However, a few military generals managed to push them back to these cities. They conquered them. Eventually they reconquered them, but and just did this. I thought they had their empire, but here's the thing: travel away from the capital with control you have. So after the king went home, these villages just declared independence. Forming the overlord state Here we should conquer this peninsula because no one saw it coming. Then another warlord, and then another, and another. And as soon as you know it, there's so many warlord states. Warlord, if you're governor, you probably weren't governor by peace, you're governor by war. And then Korea takes advantage. So eventually, all different warlords in the north started influencing more warlords in the south. It started with the conquest. This warlord trying to manage to eliminate this one, but he got betrayed by. But as soon as he managed to reach here, he got betrayed by his general. And the general killed him in battle. Finish off the enemy and move forth. Spain. Anyone north to conquer the remains. However, by the time he got home, the remains were already fighting with each other. And also, the world sit here. To conquer the remains entire remains instead of conquering the rest. But they managed due to them eliminating some smaller rivals. They usually had no chance. And the horde lost one battle and managed to lose all of this. And due to the marriage agreement, this got next. And eventually, someone had a good idea. Basically, they became the Holy Roman Empire, but in China, and of having no knowledge of it. But well, it's still forming anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The original tribe even declares independence. They felt kind of betrayed in the capital. decided to form their own country. They somehow got me back all the way to here. Of course, warlords are going to. This guy actually had everything going. He had a good ally, because the ally was way weaker than him, but could supply men. But as soon as he reached the bay and even defeated this lord, he got some mail. His greatest ally betrayed him, and then conquered his other ally. Then proceeded to declare himself the true emperor. He even conquered his wife Anon, but then realized it's a waste of time. Because it's true, he never wanted to go to South China again, which probably means why he claimed himself emperor, and then the warlord who decided to ally with and beat him back. And he now has conquered all of China. Now can call himself emperor, but he has one last request. He wants to explore and discover. In Basic. And they discovered the southern part of this island. And decided to go back home, and then landed on Mu. Discovered the northern part of the Philippines. Discovered the northern part of Borneo. All these islands. And Malaysia. He merely went back home. And then died happy. After he died, his empire turned to shit. Because there are now two factions. Because he died when his son was about 10. And child emperors leave opportunity. His brother tried to become become de facto emperor. In the end, decided to also try to take some power. So the emperor, the first emperor started the emperor's way with his uncle. His uncle immediately conquered this, and this. Oh, not that. He also conquered the northern part of Non and his tribe. And when he died, their son, then he was assassinated. And was assassinated, the emperor was a full-grown man. I realized he's just an influence. So he conquered Korea, in order to regain China's glory. Conquering Korea. He reached the gates and died while his son was a child. He let his uncle take charge. His uncle, who was a general in Korea before, so that kind of helped the conquest of Korea. This also led to the discovery of Japan. So started conquering all the way up to here, and by this point they just gave up. Claimed with no government, declared war on Korea, but then gave up because you can't fight Japan, you can't fight China. God, what is happening? So they go to towards Japan and started to declare a kingdom. Of king. Meanwhile, now in Georgia, Georgia just conquered the Carolina. And they also conquered the main part of Florida. This part just becomes its own country. They also conquered this part of Mexico along the Gulf of Mexico. This men on the Amazon, this clan conquers then they lose. I think and there's a split between the and I forgot to do one thing. A daily Doggerland update. It's just one. I'm done.